Hi everyone, how are you today? This is Anne here from Mindful Family and Wealth, and today I'm super excited to be joined by one of my clients. We have been being with her online, and she lives in Tasmania, and she has finally visited Melbourne, and we have been working with her in this financial journey. She has experienced a lot of transformation, and not only that, she has decided to join Mindful Family and Wealth team, which is so beautiful. But I don't want to talk too much. I want her to share her journey so that you can really experience her journey on her own words and where she was and how she was. So we have Serah with me here. And welcome, Serah.
Thank you. Drum rolls.
Yeah. So before we begin anything, I would like you to introduce yourself. Tell us who you are.
I'm Serah.
Yeah.
A wife to David.
Yeah.
So I'm a wife.
Yeah.
And a mother of two lovely boys. And I am a social worker.
Yep.
I'm a client consultant at Mindful Family and Wealth. And an upcoming millionaire.
Ooh.
Actually, billionaire.
Ooh, okay, that's good.
Watch this space, yeah?
That's so good. That's so good. So I know we have been working with you together in this mastermind.
Yes.
And I love when you just bring that vibe of a billionaire. But yeah, I want you to take us back a little bit.
Yes.
Where was your life before joining this mastermind?
Before I started the mastermind, I was a working mom. I had a career, I was earning an income, but I felt like I was just living paycheck to paycheck, and it's just living short goals after short goals without like any sort of structure. And it was so much like debt. I was living with debt as well at the time, and I'd left everything to my husband. So my husband used to take care of the finances. I never thought like something that I wanted to be like involved in, because I was like, he's good with money, so let me just leave that to him. So I wasn't living intentionally. I was just living just like that, like recklessly, like financially reckless. That's what I can say. That's the word I can use actually. And for me, it was, I've paid my bills. I look good. My kids are okay. So I didn't even think about legacy at that moment. So for me, it's just like living recklessly financially. Yeah, that's why I was.
Yeah, and what made you change your mind to saying, okay, Anne, I've seen this about this mastermind and I want to join in? What made you say yes?
So the reason why I said yes to the call, let me say, was because at that moment I was now becoming a mom, and being a mom, so many things changed, and even being a wife, so many things changed, because I've been together with my husband for 15 years and married for 6. So in those 6 years, I was trying to find my balance as well. But what changed is when I was a mom. That's when I was like, you know what? I want to keep a savings for my kids. I want to create generational wealth for my kids, but I don't know how. Because, you know, as I've told you, I was draining in debts. I was draining in like just living just for the sake of it. And I felt like I needed to make change. As growing up, I did not know about finances. I came to know about finances when I was now employed and I need to pay bills. So I wanted that to change, because I feel like in my life, I won't go into depth, but I feel in my life I have broken so many generational curses, and that is one other thing that I wanted to change. I wanted my kids to have a mom that is confident in finances, and that change started with me. And when you came and approached me, I was like, you know what? You were sent from heaven, because that is exactly what I needed exactly that time. Yeah.
And like what? Like let's go week by, because it's an 8 weeks program. Let's go from the week by week structure. What was the first like sort of your identity shift? Because at the first of the weeks we tackle things like values and all those things. What was the first thing that really shifted for you
Yeah.
to starting becoming the Serah that you are now as compared to before?
The first few weeks of the program was the mindset.
Yeah.
You talked heavily about the mindset. And I came to discover it's not like I can start creating wealth with the little that I have. And also, like, we created an identity for myself, which I had to literally write down who is Serah as a version of my future, of which I thought of it, but I hadn't really articulated or thought about it actually. But one of the classes that we were talking about, you'd be like, can you write the woman that you want to become? And then that kept me thinking, like, what kind of woman that do I want to become? And that mindset shifted because I was like, the woman that I want to become is not doing the things that woman is like doing on a daily basis, because it's not about the bank account. It's the small steps that I take right now. So even when we were talking about the first few classes, it was very hard. It was very hard because it's not like a light bulb comes into your into your head. It was me literally sitting down na kujita kamkutano and really thinking, what do I want? What do I, like Serah, apart from being a mom, apart from being a wife, a worker, me kama personally, what do I envision for myself? And that's something that I hadn't really thought about. And I think that is the biggest shift now, because I was not confident at all. But right now, I feel like those small foundational steps are making the woman that I am right now. I think that was the most, it was the most beautiful but cocktail of emotions.
That's beautiful. And like, of course, with the mindset shift, and after that, we were like, okay, you have made a mindset shift. So you have known the woman who you are becoming, and now you have to align what you're doing with the woman that you're becoming. And then we went to maybe how about the financial freedom, where you are able to actually maybe calculate what is your financial freedom mean to you and how do you go about it. Can you tell us more about that?
So one of the things that you had really made me do is the practical side of it, of which I had to sit down with my husband and literally lay out my accounts. That is one thing that I've never done. And that's where I came to find out this is where the loophole is. Like, you see how you have a tank and they have taps. Mine was leaking. And I wasn't, that time that I was coming to you, I'm like, I don't know where my money is going, And when I laid it all down and we had that discussion, me and my husband had to lay it down, our finances. And that's when I knew, wow, I'm losing so much money into things that it is avoidable and things that I could actually not really need them. Like, for example, on Netflix, do I even watch it? Literally, no. So $20, it seems a really small amount. But if you calculate it over time, it's something very a huge sum of amount. You calculate it in a year, you'll be like, I'll spend $1,000 on just $20 on a subscription that you rarely even use. There are so many leakages. And I like it, the fact that you're so open in letting us like search in ourselves. You're not just giving us, oh, do this, do that, do this. It was actually not only you saying, but for me even doing. Because the other thing that you had talked about, the mindset at the beginning, I had to do the work for myself. Yes, you had all these things coming in, but I had to do it for myself. And that is, I think, the biggest thing with the whole program that I loved. I had to do the work. Yes. Yeah.
And how does let's talk about where you discovered that you have money leaking somewhere. Where did you direct that money? Maybe you can share a little bit of that.
Oh, yes. No, because now I knew the leakages. So I had to stop the leakage. First of all, I had to cancel the subscription. If it's eating out, I had to reduce it. And you talked about investing. And one of the biggest thing I told to do is I wanted to invest in my kids. So there's one that I opened and raise account where it is an automation. So the raise account, I can open accounts like micro accounts for my kids, for each kid. So these leakages, these $20, I was directing them to that account, and it's been amazing because you don't even think about it. It's just a small amount, and I started with $50 to be honest. If $50 for each child per fortnight, and now we are at 2,000, and I'm like, it's something I wouldn't even think about, because you'd be like, maybe next time, not today, But the fact that Raise is automated, it makes my work easy. I don't have to think about it. And the beauty about Raise is you're not just putting money there, it's working for you. So they invest that money that you keep. So it can be you're putting $50 now, and tomorrow it's gonna be 80. So that's what I directed my small leakages to that account. And the other thing is I have every single time I shop, Raise gives me how's it called? It's called, so it charges me $5 extra roundups for that. So it does invest through that as well. So those are the small leakages. But the bigger leakages, for example, like I used to eat a lot, eat out. So when you eat out, the two of you, it's like 500 a fortnight. Those big leakages, I direct them to something else, So once I discover their leakages, and definitely they had to be directed somewhere. Either you create your investments for your kids and savings. So savings as well. So after we discussed about the investment, because there are very many options, and I want to buy a house, so some of that I directed that to that as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that was really, really beautiful to see you do that. And let's talk about, how you created the vision board and all that, and then we were able to break it down. How did you feel after that? Yeah. Let me talk about it more. Yeah.
The one thing I can't remember the exact words you used about making a vision board. Because I've made vision boards before even we had this program. But there's something you said, people make a vision board at the beginning of the year, and then it becomes like a portrait. And not something that helps you. So I made a vision board that is very realistic. I didn't make a vision board that is 10 years to come. Yes, there's that, yes. But a vision board that can be practiced on a daily basis. So my vision board looks like this. There is family, there is faith, there is investments, and for personal growth. So that's how my vision board is. And as we said, the first beginning, I'll still talk about mindset. So the mindset that made me create that, I made it so that I can be able to practice my vision board on a daily basis. I might not reach my goals in like 1 month, but I know by the end of this year, there's some things that I will close. There will be like answered prayer in there. So for my faith, we started going to church every Sunday, which we did not used to go. So we go to church every Sunday, we pray every night, and there's Bible study. So we started reading the whole book. So we're in Numbers at the moment. So after church, we go for breakfast, and then after that, we do Bible study with my husband, which has been beautiful. And then I have my personal walk with my God. So I have my own Bible studies. I wake up in the morning at 6:30. I do my Bible study, and it has made me become I want to become the woman of Proverbs 31, by the way. So I have to be a righteous woman. So reading a Bible every day and praying with my kids. I've started teaching my kids the prayer, and that has been beautiful. And when it comes to investment, as I said, the Raise, house deposit has been there. So opening a bank account, taking those small actions. And when it comes to investment, I have to my personal growth. I'm learning new skills every day.
Oh, good.
Like right now, I am a client consultant. Something I wouldn't even think about, but it's something that can be walked through day by day. I didn't create a vision board for 5 years to come. I created a vision board with a mindset of I want to walk that journey. So for me, my vision board is a roadmap actually. A roadmap to my future self. Because I know what I want at the end of the day. But that vision board right now is just a roadmap.
Wow.
Yes.
And how does that, like, in terms of the person that you are, how does that change you from, you know, when you're joining the mastermind, when you are like, oh, I can't do this, I feel so overwhelmed about my finances or where my money is going. How did that change you holistically, not just in your finances? How did that, how did it make you feel?
Oh, girl, confidence. The confidence that I have, oh, it's over the roof. You cannot even take me down. I have confidence. I feel like I've matured. There's maturity in there, and I'm not talking maturity in terms of how, like, but it's just how I perceive myself, and the confidence that it comes with knowing that the system that I've put is working, not only in finances, even in my life, you know, and it has made me be open-minded into learning new things that I couldn't, and it's just endless possibilities for me for now, and I feel like I'm so happy. Let me say, I'm just grateful and happy that even though I'm not where I want to be, I am still working. I've taken, because they say a journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step, and I am happy the fact that I'm still working. Yes,
true. That's so lovely. It's so really good to hear you actually. And there's one aspect that I really loved is how you are taking everything to your husband and talk about it, and then you come back and this is what was happening. I really loved about that about you. How did you go about the conversation? And know we speak about the conversation with our husbands, or if you have partner, and if you don't have, that's okay. But in this case, you had a partner and no husband. Sorry, a husband.
Point of correction.
Yes. So husband, how did you go about that, and what changed, even like for him and for yourself?
So at the beginning, I was like, hey babe, there's this thing that I want to start. And he was like, well, you need to learn about finances actually. And then he was like, it's not a bad thing, you just go and do it. At first, he was not warm into the me talking about finances. But over time, he was like, okay. I can see there's a bit of change here. There's a bit of change. Serah is waking up at 6:30 to pray. Oh my God, you know. But in between, I wouldn't say it was a smooth ride. There were times where we used to have disagreements, and those disagreements made us stronger because I had told you before that. You had told us before that we needed to make those financial dates. So our dates are every week. So I used to make it be like the first week I do it, and then the second week he does it. But he was like, finances is for you. So you just do the meetings. And then I was like, no, you have to be intentional with everything. So he wanted me just to be the driver, to be everything. And I'm like, just take initiative. But he warmed up. But I feel like very happy, even with the small fights that we had. I saw the other side of him, because when it comes to now saving up for a house, it was a fight. Because I wanted high earning bank accounts, but he wanted literally physical banks that he could save, and he could just go and call if they had an issue and everything. We called. We investigated, we researched, we ChatGPT'd, we cloud, everything just to make, to a point which I feel like all of us came with how's it called? a plan. So you come with your plan.
Yeah.
You sell your plan to me, and then the other side you come to.
Yeah.
It's like how's it called when you come to a presentation?
Presentation, yeah.
So you come with a presentation and
Yeah.
make make
Each
sure.
presentation,
Yes.
yeah.
So those presentation, they were funny, but at the same time, it made us stronger because this is not something that we are used to. We were used to like, let's sit down. How much do we have? This. How much bills do we like? Da da da. But now we are intentionally talking about these things, not only about the money that we have, even money that we don't have, but we know this is the way that we're going to have it. So I feel like having that conversation with your husband not only makes financially easy, but it makes you love the other person even more. So it has made me, not sure if you are a parent, most of the times you end up talking about your kids. And some of these states, sometimes we don't talk about finances. You'll be like, how are you doing? How is David doing? You know, and checking in on each other. And that is beautiful. I feel like that's beautiful because you need to be intentional. Actually, like here in Australia, if you're not intentionally with your relationship, it will break.
That's true.
And those are weekly dates are really awesome. And you don't have to use money. You don't have to go out. As we used to cook ugali and we eat nyama there, and it's a date.
It's still a date.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just phones off, no TV, just me and you.
Oh, that's lovely.
So yeah,
Also to strengthen your relationship as well.
It does.
Yeah, and something else I wanted you to speak about as we go to the last section is, you know, before it was more on your super and the things that we maximize in Australia that have been an advantage that you never checked before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So apart from now investing in Australia, we invested in Kenya as well, and we started investing on Etika. So after I saw the yields, I was like, quickly go and teach my parents and everyone in my family to join in. So it was quite an eye opener because I was fearing to invest outside Melbourne, outside Australia, and finding a place where I can comfortably invest without worrying, without even stressing, it was good.
Yeah, that's lovely. I forgot about the story about your mom and your sister, but that was really, really lovely. And there was, you know, the super. How did you go about the super? Calling up your super, checking your insurances and all that?
Yeah, so I just thought super, you just put money there, your employee pays for it, and that's it. And then when we discussed about super in depth, that was like, I need to call these people, you know. I learned a lot. There are some things that I did not know I can earn from super. And I had to call them to understand more about super and how I can invest in super and how the things that maybe are not there, I can add on my super. So just realization, like you can do more than what the employer does. You can add more. And I loved it, the fact that we went digit by digit when we created our super. We're like, okay, if your super is like, let me say 20,000 at the moment. If you're 40 years, how much will that be? Would that be sustainable? Living with the current situation that you are in right now, you'd be like, no. And then, does your super cover this? Does your super cover that? It's really important to know what your super covers. And the other thing is comparing super. So I had to go in, see what super is having, you know. I had to compare super, and that was really eye-opener because that's not something that I would even think of doing. So that was really good.
Oh, that's good. That's good. The last bit, that the most exciting, the butter on the toast is when we learned about maybe scaling our skills and things like those. On how did you feel like, because you're really good, you're already a social worker, that means you work with people as your career, and now joining Mindful Family and Wealth to be a client consultant, whereby you're still working with now different kind of people, but still working with people. And also learning, because there was a lot of learning as well. Yeah. So how was that?
Oh, I told you the confidence, right? So the confidence brought me to a point where I said unlimited opportunities that I did not think I would. Even right now, I used to say, I'm just a social worker, you know, but it's not just a social worker. I'm more than that. And one of the sessions that we had, you told me to think about outside the box. What skill do I have that I can add that can bring me more money? And I was like, what's that? And I had to think. And I'm like, I'm passionate about kids. I'm passionate about this. Why don't I work with you? So it was just beautiful just to know that I can learn, because I did not think I can become a consultant. I was like, actually, I had said, I'm not going to marry someone who is someone from literary doctor or a salesperson. Look at me now. I am one of them. So it opened my mind to stop thinking just around. I had to think beyond my nose and to know that there are skills that I have that can earn me money, or even not earn me money, but can add value to my family or to myself.
And to others, actually.
And to others,
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's more of like having something, you know how we were talking about money is just something that is a reward as adding value to others. And I think that is the whole concept of you becoming the client consultant that you are. I'm so happy for this. And you have traveled all the way from Tasmania. And also like having this sitting is very special. And I'm really appreciative for that.
Thank you.
And you have been an amazing student.
Thank you.
And also like I know it was going back and forth, coming with the assignment and covering the whole mastermind was such an eye-opener for the transformation that a person can experience if they're able to follow through the mastermind. And the mastermind is 8 weeks plus 4-week sessions. And if you need more information about the mastermind, feel free to contact us. Now we have Serah as our client consultant.
You'll be seeing my face
more. You'll be seeing her face more. And of course, we'll walk with the journey with you. We love empowering women, just like Serah or any other woman who comes into our mastermind. We love empowering them to becoming the best version of themselves and helping them raise financially aware kids and also have good family communication in regards to money. So it's so good to see you guys and see you some other time.
Bye-bye.